And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe. I'm Mongo.
I'm Emily.
And today it's Booking with Kayfabe. And today it's like Book It, except we don't get that delicious pizza after reading a bunch of books at school.
And I never got to learn about this until I was an adult.
It's just such a shame because that's what made me interested in reading, because I was a fat kid. You offer me free personal pan pizzas for reading books? Yes, please.
I think it's because I grew up in a town that had more horses than people. My neighbors were horses.
Neighbors.
So I just feel like I didn't really get to know this. The closest Pizza Hut to us was the Dover location. From my dad's house, pretty close. My mom's house, never gonna go.
So you being the bookworm, you got robbed twice.
I really did.
Because you probably would have crushed it. You probably been like the top earner because you read a lot for fun.
I would have had my name on a wall, damn it.
They probably would have given you like the golden pan pizza. All right, so today, now our version of Book It is Emily has the Tide Bolo Fun with a bunch of random wrestlers, managers, owners, and people involved in wrestling. I have a magic wheel. On this wheel are a bunch of scenarios. What we're going to do is we're going to draw two people, and they're going to see who would survive, win, or be better at a certain scenario. And we're going to kind of argue it out and say who wins or if it's draw. Now, Emily gave me the carte blanche to say, just like DJ Khaled, and another one. And I can add a third person into this mix. Now, I'm going to throw a curveball to Emily. Since I can do and another one, she can say swap it. If there's a wrestler she doesn't want, she can 3 times she can say swap it and get rid of someone.
If we pick someone more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times.
Since you're in charge of the bowl, if you see one, you can say I'm swapping it and throw it back in.
All right.
So without further ado, why don't you grab 2 wrestlers and I'll spin the wheel of fun.
All right. First up, we've got Rey Mysterio.
Booyaka, booyaka.
And CM Punk.
Competing in a triathlon.
Ray.
Now, triathlon, correct me if I'm wrong, that's like the swimming, biking, and running, right?
According to Mario Party, yeah.
Mario Party is the source. I love it. Well, I think on that note, since there was a tricycle in Mario Party, I'm going to go Rey Mysterio. All right. I think we should go to the next one, but that's pretty good. I can just picture Ray on that little trike. New record.
So with this being said, I also need to remind you that we are going to also go back in time a little bit with some of these names.
All right, because this is a good category. So who do we got?
Samoa Joe.
Okay.
The Demon Finn Balor.
And another one, because this category is going to need potentially one more person. All
right.
So while she's grabbing the third person in this category, these 3 wrestlers are going to be in, most likely to say, do you know who I am?
Tony Khan.
I think Tony Khan is going to be the person to say, do you know who I am? I can see it. I can't see Samoa Joe really talking.
No.
And Finn Balor, I don't know if I can see that, but that's a good one and a good one to move on to the next one.
Next up, we've got...
Would have been funny if we got CM Punk first. I could totally see pictures of CM Punk saying, do you know who I am?
Don Callis.
It's him too.
And Bailey.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Who would win in a real life backstage brawl? Bailey.
No argument needed. Bailey.
She would beat that bald ass. I can just picture her like grabbing the pallet and just like beating him down with a bunch of stuff and then taking like a pie, just bloop, putting a pie on top of his head.
Stokely Hathaway.
Oh, God.
Versus the Hardy Boys.
In a rap battle. I think Jeff Hardy, he's lyrical. He writes a lot of songs. He's written a lot of songs for not only himself touring, but his entrance music. I can think Jeff Hardy. I've never heard Stokely really sing, so I can't judge his lyrical prowess. So
we're gonna go Jeff and Matt Hardy. Mostly Jeff, like everyone else.
I can't picture Matt trying to rap. That'd be quite interesting. Delete. Okay, who do we got for this category?
Christopher Daniels.
Oh, geez.
And Dean Ambrose.
Who would most likely join a cult, knowingly or unknowingly? Dean Ambrose. Again, probably no argument here on that one. Lunatic fringe for a reason. I can just see him like, hey, we got cookies. You got cookies? Yeah. You got Chips Ahoy? Yeah. I'm in. I could do something as simple to get Dean.
Next
he was a simple man.
Swerve and Nana
Ooh, Swerve and Prince Nana. And
against Shibata.
last the longest in a haunted house. Now,
Swerve and Nana.
are we talking about being scared or wrestling?
I thought just like dark haunted house, stuck in a room, Ghost Adventure style.
I feel like Swerve would put fake blood on and join the haunted house and fuck with people, so I can see that.
Oh, I was going real haunted house.
Oh, like paranormal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was crazy enough to break into Hangman's house in the middle of the night, so yeah, I could see that being Swerve.
And he'd have Nana with him. I'd feel safe.
All
Kenny Omega.
Oh god. Versus
Stardust.
who would win a street race? Kenny Omega. I think he's a gamer. Well, Cody's a gamer too. They're both gamers. They both are really good at Mario Kart. But I don't know. I think Kenny, he knows people in Japan. He would get his car souped up the right way, be all Fast and the Furious style. I think Kenny Omega would come in with like NOS under the hood, his manifold coming off.
UFO though.
Supposedly, I don't know. I think Kenny though. I'm gonna go with Kenny. Final vote.
All right, we'll allow it.
All right, who's the next two wrestlers up?
Jamie Hayter.
Oh god.
And Nigel McGuinness.
All right, let me just spin the wheel here. So Jamie Hayter, now that's a very interesting pairing.
It is.
Oh, bleed in a pillow fight. I think Nigel would be, because I think Jamie would just whoop his ass. I think Jamie would like wind up that pillow and just take him right out.
I think he'd get distracted by her assets.
I think he would just be going, oh my. And I think he would try, but I think she would just wind that thing up and just. If you've ever seen The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider, when he changes into Anna Faris's character, and he's just winding up the pillow, and he takes not Anna Faris's character, sorry, but he knocks out Anna Faris into the wall with the pillow. That's what I think would Jamie would do. Like, just
Rachel McAdams does not get enough love.
That was a great movie, by the way. Besides Rob Schneider, that was a great movie. All right.
Watch me be wrong on the actress too.
You're probably more right than I am, because I know it's the girl from Flight Plan and all that stuff. So
Just
who do we got
had
next?
him. Let me try again here.
First swap ski of the day.
Roman Reigns before the Bloodline.
So the big dog, okay. And
Gangrel.
who would go hunting for Sasquatch? Gangrel. He'd be out there fanging and banging looking for that thing, just like he always says. So he's into spooky shit. He's going to be into the paranormal. It's going to be him. I think Roman Reigns would send the wise man. But since it's before Bloodline, he'd probably send Seth after him. Seth, go find him for me.
Yes.
Or Dean, because Dean loves that kind of shit too. So, all right. So you get two more wrestlers for me.
Abaddon.
Okay. Please be Rosemary. That'd be pretty cool.
Why do I keep getting the same one? That would have been awesome.
This
to
is
pair her up
perfect.
with him.
This is perfect. Here we go. Abaddon and
William Goldberg.
who would star in a Hallmark movie?
Oh, they don't do scary. So William Goldberg.
Well, Goldberg has been in a Christmas movie. It's called Santa's Sleigh. It's fucking terrible. So he's already been in a really cheesy Christmas movie. Yeah, I can't see them casting Abaddon in a Hallmark Christmas movie. But
I would.
I can see Bill Goldberg, but I mean, every Hallmark movie is the exact same script anyway. Someone comes out of town, they meet their old flame, their spouse back at home gets left in the dust. Merry Christmas, howdy, howdy, howdy. Snow comes down, you know.
Clearly, I don't make him watch Hallmark movies with me. It's
I don't
all
need
about
to.
a Christmas miracle
If you've
working.
seen one,
it's
you've
usually
seen
about
them
a dead
all.
parent. They don't do the cheating
Christian
thing
Cage would
anymore.
be perfect then. All right, so who we got now?
Vincent McMahon.
Oof, Voldemort. Okay.
And oh my God, is that Private Party?
Who would last longer on a mechanical bull? It's Private Party.
Private Party, hands down. Look at those moves.
Look at Mark Quinn, him just like the way, like what he does. Yeah,
Private Party.
I could see them both just on there, like doing their dance while the bull's going too.
Yeah.
I can see McMahon's old ass, like he sold that stunner from Stone Cold recently, where he just like fell down into a heap. But I mean, he deserves what he gets, and eventually he's going to be looking up all his wrestlers of pride. So let's go ahead to the next one here.
Also,
I was saying he's going to hell if he didn't get the joke.
Zay just like surfing on the back of a mechanical bull.
Okay, so who we got? The next two people up here.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh god, this will be good.
Swerve and Prince Nana.
Be better at speed dating.
Shawn Michaels.
Because he's just a sexy boy. I don't know. Swerve's got that charisma too, though.
Not that Swerve couldn't do it, but if you look at, I was thinking Shawn Michaels DX.
But yeah, I was gonna say Shawn Michaels did run through the women's locker room like a speed dating, so I think that's gonna be I think that would be the most sense.
Mongo.
I'm just telling the truth.
All right, we've got Bandito.
Nice.
Up against 2000's Triple H.
Okay, so the Game versus Bandito. Survive a death match with Nick Gage.
It's time to play the game.
I was going to say, he fought against Cactus Jack a lot, and Nick Gage is definitely a Cactus Jack elevated, but Bandito has wrestled in GCW.
Yeah, it's not that I don't see Bandito.
I'm saying draw.
You think so?
I think they both easily could handle their own with Nick Gage. Nick Gage wasn't known for being worker. All they gotta do is they gotta wrestle him. They don't, they might take some licks, they might get some barbed wire, but they'll kick the shit out of him.
That's very true.
All right, we got two more people coming out the bowl here. Get the wheel spinning, getting lower categories. We're bringing some good ones coming up.
Don Callis, little hot dog, and Darby Allin.
Who would be cast in the Avengers? I mean, Don Callis could be a villain. But Darby Allin could be someone with powers. He could be the person who feels no pain.
He could be Venom.
He could be like a Kick-Ass. He just feels no pain.
I would love that. Ty.
Okay.
Ty. I can't pick Darby.
But yeah,
Allin
Don Callis
could
play a great villain.
Act like I can't pick Darby Allin. Of course I could.
All right, so we got two more here, and this will be a great one for it.
Trish and Lita.
The besties. Team bestie.
And Dean Ambrose.
Who would win at stand-up comedy?
Dean Ambrose. Actually, he didn't really talk.
I was just going to say, I saw his promos. I think it's Trish and Lita all day.
Trish and Lita.
I don't know if I'd want to sit through Dean Ambrose trying to do stand-up comedy. It would probably be things that makes him laugh only.
True. Bill. Big Bill.
All right. Big Bill was funny.
Hangman Adam Page.
Who's a good one?
Mariah May.
Who would survive the UFC octagon? I mean, Hangman's pretty tough. I don't know.
Mariah May with that champagne bottles.
But they don't have weapons.
True.
So I don't know. I think Hangman's going to take the edge here because I think
Hangman would take it, but I don't think Mariah would back down.
I don't think she'd back down, but there's a lot of badass women.
Is it against each other or
no?
Is
against like who would survive in the UFC? Yeah, like who would make it in the UFC?
Yeah, Hangman.
Yeah, and it's nothing against Mariah, but
with his butterfly jeans and all.
I think Hangman's just tough enough to. He may not win, but he can at least go a couple rounds with people.
All right, we've got. Speaking of Big Bill. Big Bill.
All right.
The Outrunners.
Who would have a better Dark Side of the Ring episode?
The Outrunners.
I mean, I think the Outrunners, they've been wrestling since the 80s. They got all those stories. They've probably seen some things. We thought the plane ride from hell was bad. They probably know the Carney Bookers of the 80s. They've probably seen all.
Is it like a kayfabe Dark Side of the Ring? Because
it is now because I don't want to go down poor Big Bill's path.
I don't want to go down that path.
So we're gonna say the Outrunners just to keep it fun because because Big Bill's got some tragic stuff in his life. So outside kayfabe, I think Big Bill, but in kayfabe, we're gonna say the Outrunners here. So we're gonna move on from that one because Emily's sad. But we're getting down to this is my favorite. I hope we get good ones.
Mercedes Moné.
And who else?
Roman Reigns before the bloodline. I'm throwing him back. Mercedes Moné and this other Kenny Omega.
Who would survive a Waffle House fight at 3 a.m.? I mean, Kenny Omega's going to be beating the shit out of everyone, but Mercedes is going to be out in the parking lot dancing while everything's burning down around her. So I think Kenny Omega is going to win ultimately, though.
Kenny Omega wins, but Mercedes celebrates it.
I feel like Kenny Omega's a guy that you don't want to get into a bar fight because he doesn't talk, and then when he does, he's just going to kick your ass and go back to drinking the sake.
So true.
All right. Getting lower on the categories and lower on the wheels. So who do we got and what's the deal? Like that little carny shit? All right. Who do we got?
Bret Hart and Steph DeLander.
And another one.
Oh.
I only got one more of these to use, so I want to use
Please
it.
be Billiam.
That'd be funny if he'd be Billiam.
Gold Dust.
Who would make the no-fly list first? I mean, there's a whole episode about Goldberg. Gold Dust being drunk on the plane and shenanigans.
We're going with Gold Dust, not Dustin. It's Gold Dust.
I think Gold Dust, the bizarre one. I think Bret Hart's grumpy enough that he'd pull a male Karen in the airport that he could probably get himself banned too. So I'm gonna make it a 1A, 1B. Gold Dust in gimmick being the bizarre one, but Bret Hart just complaining about seeing Goldberg on the news or something and just going full Karen at the airport. I would have made that flight too if it wasn't for fucking Bill Goldberg. He always uses his full name too.
Billiam. AJ Styles.
This is gonna be a good one.
And Christopher Daniels.
Who's the first person to propose to J-Lo? I think AJ Styles, if he was not married, it'd be AJ Styles. He'd be that random person that, like, he's dating a celebrity. I think it'd be AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think Christopher Daniels, he just looks like a dad.
He's so low-key.
Can you imagine? It's J-Lo in the phenomenal one. She don't want none.
All right, guys, we've got time warp happening. Diamond Dallas Page.
Bang!
And Rick O'Shea.
Who would win a reality show? Wow, that would be tough.
Diamond Dallas Page. Have you heard the man speak?
I think so. I think Ricochet could win the athletic competition, but I think DDP has the smarts and he has the story that every producer would want to air. So I think DDP as well.
Yeah. I love a good reality show, and it doesn't matter what reality show on that one.
All right, what we got for the next one?
Oh my gosh. We're down to the last 4. We're going to have to redo the categories.
Oh, that's all right. This will be a good little mini episode for everyone.
Trish and Lita.
Let's pass on that one since we did them.
All right. All right, I got to hold this. I can't tell you this one yet.
All right. Well, we got the category locked in, so now we have 2 people here.
We've said this one a lot too.
Oh boy. Thought we had more.
The Hardy Boys.
Oh, this one's going to be easy then.
With Curry Man.
Oh, maybe not. Who's going to win a dance battle?
Curry Man.
He's hot. He's spicy. It's Curry Man. And, Jeff Hardy's just going to do the juke. But, Matt Hardy's going to be tripping all over himself. And Jeff Hardy's still going to be doing the juke while his brother's getting beat down by Curry Man. Sad that he retired. Ironic that he retired the same month as Christopher Daniels. It's so coincidental.
Very weird.
All right. So we're down to the final 3 categories on the Wheel of Fun here.
We've got Serpentico.
Oh, yes.
And Macho Man with Miss Elizabeth.
Who would win at karaoke?
Macho Man.
Tequila. Yeah, I think Macho Man would win. I think he would get the crowd going. Like, I'm afraid if you know this song, clap your hands while I sing. I think it's Macho Man, 100%. So, final 2 categories here.
We've got Paul Heyman.
Oh, God.
Big Bill.
Okay. Definitely. Oh, are we doing another one? Are we adding a third?
And another one.
All right.
Swerve and Nana.
Who would win a match in a bounce house? Well, it ain't going to be Paul Heyman. That poor guy's going to be like, when you were a kid on a trampoline, everybody would jump and you were like curled in a ball because you couldn't get up? That would be Paul Heyman.
Why did you have to repeat my trauma? Almost peed myself
was it?
On
It was
that
called
one.
Popcorn, wasn't it?
It was, and I wasn't a very good colonel.
Yeah. So who else is in there besides Paul Heyman and Swerve? Who was the first person?
I don't even remember now.
Okay, well, I'm going to say Swerve then. I'm going to say Swerve's going to jump off the shit, and I think Paul Heyman's going to be scared. Or Paul Heyman will probably low blow them both of them because he liked to play Roman Reigns' penis like a puppet. Remember on WrestleMania? So I think it would probably be Paul Heyman. Did you see how he low blowed him at WrestleMania? He didn't just go under him. He was like, boom, and he was like, hello. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you what happened. All right, last category. It's kind of cool to see one spin.
This is my favorite one that I made.
All right.
I didn't do many of these categories, but your girl did this one. Ricochet or Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Who would win in a beauty pageant? I think it's Ricochet. I think that man is bald and he's beautiful. Hulk Hogan's just leathery skin and hair, hasn't shaved his head
For
since
funsies,
1991.
we're gonna make Mongo. Can your hand even fit in this hole?
I'm not trying.
All right, we're gonna do one more just for funsies on that. It's a beauty pageant. There's like 20. William Goldberg. That's who else I pulled.
Why don't you pull two more names? I reloaded one category. I want two more names to wrap this up.
Stokely Hathaway.
All right.
And Mick Foley.
Oh, God. Who would win at stand-up comedy?
Mick Foley.
Stokely.
Yeah?
Stokely's a funny fucker.
If he used his real stories, you don't think so?
Listen, I love Mick. He's comical, but Stokely's pretty funny.
You're right. You're right.
All right. So, I mean, I think that was a fun round of Book It. And I think that's a good warm-up because we do plan on having a live episode soon where we're going to do our own version of Mad Libs. So I don't know what we can say copyright-wise, if it's, I guess,
Libs of Mad.
Right, Libs of Mad, but we're going to be doing our wrestling version, but we're going to need your participation. So when you're watching the episode, please make sure you're commenting some adjectives, some adverbs, any of the parts of speech or suggestions. Let's try to make this funny. We're going to go shoot for Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook if you're listening to this, so this Friday coming up. So hopefully you join us there. Make sure you follow us at Cruising with Kayfabe on all of our socials.
And I just want to point out, if you DM us, I'll send you a full thing and you can fill out your own Mad Lib. I'll send you it. You won't know the rest. You'll only know the adverbs, the adjectives,
just know the fill in the blank, basically.
Knowns, the nouns.
The knowns. Yeah, I mean, we could have some knowns too. Who knows? So, yeah, definitely make sure you like, subscribe, follow, leave us a 5-star Frog Splash of a review. Make sure you tune in, and remember, always
keep the kayfabe.